yeah, Elon Musk, is calling out. I mean, the battle of the billionaires. Elon Musk called out, Bill Gates, and it was like that. He hopes that, Bill Gates can be tried, because the allegation, against Bill Gates is that he rode with, Jeffrey Epstein, and Jeffrey Epstein has been confirmed, to be one of the greatest pedophile or in recent history. One of the worst, not greatest, one of the worst pedophile in recent history, destroy people's lives, in their, innocence, take them and carry them away and just, and just kind of, have their way with them and stuff and all. So there's been a lot of stuff and all. So Elon Musk kind of called out and was like that. He doesn't know why Bill Gates hasn't been tried, or hasn't been brought out. Hasn't been, brought to court, to answer for, that's allegations against him, with Jeffrey Epstein and stuff and all.
Yeah.
And what I know for sure is that, Elon Musk, you can say that maybe they are fighting themselves as billionaires and what have you and all.
Yeah.
But that's a great allegation against Bill Gates, for Elon Musk to do the calling out, in public like that and stuff and all. Yeah. So, what do you think is going on with that?
Yeah, I think with the Epstein case, it's not much of a, it's not much of a secret, really.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of the information around that whole, whatever that was, is in open space.
Yeah.
Right. There is flight manifest that shows that, on the Jeffrey Epstein Island, at least a minimum of 20 times, people like Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, and some other prominent names featured on Epstein's private jet that flew to that island and back, right? A minimum of 20 times. So these guys were going to that island, and we don't know what they were going to go and do there, but they went there at least 20 times. And the allegation today is that on that island, they were shipping in underage girls, and then weird parties were going on where these underage girls were being subjected to things that are
unimaginable.
We can't even use those words,
Yeah.
right? So the question is, Oga Bill Gates, what were you doing on the Epstein Island so many times? And the reason why people are calling Bill Gates out is that when the issue was initially put forward to him, he put out a narrative where it seemed like he was like, oh, I only know Epstein on a surface level, right? It's not like as if I really had much to do with him. So if now that, the news has come out that he was involved in all these crazy things, I've distanced myself from him. Like that's the kind of like defense or narrative is put out.
Yeah.
And then people are saying, bros, this manifest is putting your name on the flight to this guy's place at least so many times. You can't say you only knew this person in passing. There has to be a closer relationship between you and Epstein. And then there has to be a reason why you were flying to that island so many times, sorry, I said Bill Clinton. That's the former president of America,
Yeah,
right?
Bill Clinton.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
It's true, yeah.
I thought I said because
right on the money.
Yeah, Bill Clinton. So Clinton's name also appears on that list so many times. A couple of very, 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 very prominent people.
Guys,
their names are on the flight manifest of the Epstein jet to say these people were conveyed to the Epstein Island.
It's part of the reason why Prince Andrew, that guy,
exactly
had issues and he had to be stepped down and all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Andrew, he was the Prince of, is it England or Wales now?
Yeah.
So, bros, unless you are telling me that Epstein was a business partner and you guys were doing some business together, you're trying to build some new tool or some new software, I don't know what it is. Your relationship was more than just superficial, right? It was deeper than that. And I guess that's what Elon Musk is trying to say. Like, we need to uncover the truth behind the Epstein case. And then that list we need to have, because it's not enough to say that, because of their names are played on the manifest and they flew there, that means they were involved in anything. They could have been going there for any reason. So that's the defense that these guys still have for now. And that's the reason why we can't start throwing accusations at this point in time. But the story is that there is an actual list that Epstein kept of all the people that visited his island and whatever activities that they were doing. That list has not been made public to today. And guess what? I stumbled across a video that shook me. Apparently, there were a couple of people who had access to that list at some point. Police officers, right? Some in the FBI, some in the normal police department. And then someone did a compilation that showed how every one of those single guys ended up dead.
They will be vanished now.
Ended up dead.
They'll be vanished.
Either they were shot, or they committed
suicide.
And it's like, these are like actual, like security agencies, suicide. FBI agents, police officers. Like within like a 5-year period, they've all been exed. So it's a case of, number one, why is the list not public now? And why isn't there like a public trial to even show us what is going on? Someone is suppressing this information. Number two, people are being eliminated. That's people who have inside information of all of these details are being taken out so that they can't squeal. So all of this is indicative of a very high level cover up. And we don't know what it is they're trying to hide.
Yeah, this guy, Kevin Spacey. I don't know if you know Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey, the guy in House of Cards.
Yeah, he had an interview with Piers Morgan. He was crying like, he's gone bankrupt, and all. I don't even know what the interview was for. Anyway, I guess maybe he just came to quickly look for how to kind of clear his name.
It's too late for that, bro.
Yeah, he was crying like, he doesn't really have anything to do with Epstein. He just flew on his jet.
Was his name on the list?
No, they said accusations. The accusation that he flew on that.
Was there.
Yeah, said he doesn't really have anything to do there. Yeah. That he just suddenly found himself that what's it called? Epstein was on the plane as well. And because it was Clinton that invited him, like he said, Clinton that invited him, he felt he was putting, Clinton and the rest of them, he was putting them in not in harm's way, compromising them.
Yeah.
In that sense, and, there's a lot, that has happened. I don't know if you know about this guy that did Passion of the Christ, that acted Passion of the Christ.
Mel Gibson?
No. The guy. But it's still him and Mel Gibson that, what's it called? Launched one pedophile movie in recent time. They launched one pedophile movie in recent time that was fought tooth and nail. Hollywood wanted to shut it down and all. As a matter of fact, what's it called? My boy. Yeah.
Who's your boy?
My boy, yeah. Donald J. Trump. Yeah. He had a screening in his, Miami, in his Florida, that is, his big
Mar-a-Lago
building.
house.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
He had a screening there and stuff and all. So Hollywood tried to shut it down and all, but they did a lot of sting operation as it pertains to what is happening within the pedophilia.
Okay, I get what you mean. Okay. So the movie was shedding light on what happened.
More like a documentary, like a docu type of,
Okay.
And also they did all that and all and everything. They would try to shut it down. But there is a lot that is happening around that space.
Yeah.
And I like that, like I said, Elon Musk has his, with this chip that is, rolling out.
Neuralink.
Yeah, the Neuralink chip. I don't know, but I like that he's not forcing anybody. He's just saying that they're just launching it out and stuff and all, whatever.
But that's how it starts, though.
Yeah, that's how they start. So I'm not really, but I like that he's calling out and he's putting his name, backing his name. Putting his name behind it and saying that these guys should be tried.
Yeah.
They should actually be, what's it called? Account for what they've done and all.
Yeah.
And all. But for me, I've always had a very, very, I don't like Bill Gates, I'm not saying it because I feel like maybe, what's it called? But I just like him. There's something about him. I don't know if you've seen him on TV. There's something about him. There's something very, I don't know.
Eerie.
Very, even his skin.
Some people have said like the way his wife divorced him was so out of the blues,
his wife,
right?
They said part of the reason why they said his wife divorced him was because of this Epstein stuff.
Yeah. She, it was like so random. Like she just like, maybe she saw something that spooked her and she just like, bro. They said, because he was having some affairs in the office with some colleagues, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, you've been married to this guy for 40 years. It's not some affair that will now make you now decide after 40 years or so that you want to leave him. I think she stumbled on information that spooked the living daylight out of her. And she was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta skedaddle.
Have you seen Gates' interview with his wife? Where someone is interviewing them and stuff?
No, I haven't.
Very spooky.
Zero chemistry.
She's always looking like, what's he saying?
Yeah.
And all.
Weird
Yeah.
stuff.
But that, it is what it is,
Well, that's on that. So just to finalize, we won't talk about now because of time, but maybe later on. I just want to understand, I'm a bit confused. Like, what is the obsession with grown-up men and children. Like the whole idea of pedophilia, like how is it even a thing that like grown-up men see like kids and be attracted to them and want to do things with them?
Do you know
Is
that?
it a mental problem?
Do you know that
or is this a normal thing that happened that I can't get over it, to be honest?
Do you know that? I mean, do you know that in recent time, I think it started from Hollywood, started from America. Like they coined a category, minor attracted persons.
Goddamn.
They coined it like.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, I mean, so the outrage was so much. Like, what are you guys saying? Like, minor attracted person. What does that mean? Are you guys mad? Are you guys gone mad? Like, so they just dialed it down. You know, I know. So, I mean, begs the question, like you said, what is it about?
Yeah, I'm curious.
You know? So when Nigeria now says they are pushing back against Samoa, so you now see the reason why? Can you see the reason why we are pushing back?
Because now from clap dance
they
start.
Yeah, now so. now so.
From clap dance they start.
Now so, you know, so, I mean, it is what it is. I'm hoping that if Bill Gates has done anything bad, I'm hoping that the full wrath of the law will be meted at him.
Reg, do you have a vendetta against Bill Gates? Like, did this steal your baby? There
is this doctor, she's female. Was talking about, she wrote a book, you know, she's Indian. You know, there was this thing about vaccine in India.
Yeah.
You know, like they said there was a category of some people that were giving vaccine and like 400,000 of them were, they had side effects, they were affected, you know, they couldn't walk, they couldn't do, I mean, these things are reported though.
Yeah.
They're reported, you know, and all, you know, so she did a comprehensive report on Bill Gates. And that's the reason why I said, whatever we're saying on our podcast, please try and do your own research, verify, you know, ask around, you know, people that are, I'm not talking of mainstream because there's a lot of, you know, censoring. Filtering. Yeah, a lot of censoring that's going on mainstream. Excuse me. A lot of censoring that's going on mainstream media and stuff. If you really want to know, go on X, you know. I mean, you can follow Elon Musk because Elon Musk posts, repost some of these, damning reports and stuff and all. So you can see all these things that are happening. And these are the things that they were censoring, they were suppressing at all the time that Elon Musk didn't buy Twitter. You know, it was until they bought Twitter that all these things were coming out. So for me, when you ask like if I have his vendetta against, Bill Gates, it's because of all the things that I've read. You know, I've read a lot of stuff about him I'm kind of like, you know, right. And that's the reason, also the reason why I felt like the GMO thing, we shouldn't bring it to Nigeria because Nigeria will have a good climatic, you know, God has blessed us with good climatic condition and stuff that we can grow our food. We can actually have our own organic, you know, produce and stuff and all. So we don't need much of that, you know. If our doctors can confirm, if our doctor can cross-check and confirm that it's okay, then that's fine, you know. But we shouldn't have this superimposing type of, you know, and then we just take it and no, we shouldn't ask any question. We have to ask questions and stuff and all. So for me, that's my whole,
all right, first
campaign, you know, with, Bill Gates.